Hello everybody, welcome to my channel Astro-Jyotish. My name is Sunil and in today's video I'll be giving you a brief introduction of Hindu Vedic astrology, so-called Jyotish. So Vedic astrology, called Jyotish in ancient literature, is referred as the eye in the Vedas. It has the ability to see beyond the boundary of time. Now in ancient text, it is written that Lord Brahma passed on the Jyotish knowledge to Rishi Narad, who then passed this knowledge to Rishi Sonakya. And then Rishi Sonakya passed this knowledge to Rishi Parashara. Rishi Parashara then narrated this knowledge to Matriva, a Brahmin. The narration by Rishi Parashara to Maitreya is captured in a book called Brihat Parasara Hora Sastra. This book is the Bible of Hindu Vedic astrology. Those of you who want to know who Rishi Parasara was, so let me tell you, he was father of Vedvyas who wrote the Mahabharata. Now, if you are wondering when did this all happen, so this was all in the early Vedic period about 5000 to 12,000 years ago. Over period of time, various branches of astrology emerged. So I've just mentioned few of them. You will hear most commonly are Nari astrology, Gemini astrology, KP astrology, and Lal Kitab. Once again, what is Jyotish? So Jyotish is the knowledge of impact of moving planets on human being. After some basic introduction on the origin of Jyotish, let us move to some interesting topic, which is astronomy in context to Jyotish. So what you see next is a chart or so-called chakra in Hindi, and this chart is the most important chart for any enthusiastic who wants to learn Jyotish. It may look a bit complicated, but it's not. Let me explain you. Most of the text in this chart is in Hindi, but don't worry, I will translate them in English so that you can understand easily. Consider this chart to be a snapshot of a particular moment taken from outside of our solar system. Before I start explaining you the chart, I want you to remember two important things. Number one, in Jyotish, moon is considered as a planet. And number two, consider Earth to be in the center and sun rotating around the Earth. Now I want you to look at the chart, especially I want you to look at in the center. So what we said that we would consider Earth to be in the center instead of sun. So that's what is shown here. And then around the Earth, you see different planets which are orbiting, which is the Budh. Budh is Mercury in English. Following that, you have Shukra. Shukra is Venus. Then you have got Sun. So we replace Prithvi with Sun. So Prithvi means Earth. Following that, you have also you can see Chandra on the same axis, on the same rotation axis as Earth. And then you will see Mars, which is Mangal Kaksha here. And following that is the Brihaspati, which is Jupiter in English. And then finally the Saturn. So as you can see, Saturn is the farthest planet. Next, I want you to skip the middle part and go to the outermost circle. Now in the outermost circle, you will see 12 divisions. So each division is of 30 degree. So that's like 12 division multiplied by 30 degree, which would make 360 degree. So as you can see, the 12 divisions on the outer side, there are names written like starting Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. So these are the 12 zodiac signs. In Hindu astrology, these 12 zodiac signs have been divided into 27 nakshatras. These 27 division you will see um, starting from Ashwini, Bharani, Kritika, Rohini. Mrikshira, Ardra, Punarvashu, Pushya, Ashlesha, Magha, Purva, Uttara, Hasta, Chitra, Swati, Vishakha, Anuradha, Jyeshtha, Mula, Purvashada, Uttarashada, Shravan, Dhanishta, Shatvishta, Purvabhadrada, Uttarabhadrada, Revati. Now, other thing to remember here is that we have got 12 zodiac sign sharing 27 nakshatras. That means each zodiac sign will have minimum two complete nakshatras and a portion of the third nakshatra. The division did not stop at nakshatra level. The nakshatras have been further divided into four padas. So it's like two hand and 2 feet or two paths. So total that would make 27 times 4, 108 padas. So now I'm going to talk about the next orbit, which is the Navmansh chakra. Now, interesting thing in Navmansh chakra is that each zodiac sign has been divided into 9 parts, 9 equal parts, and each of those parts will have a planet as a lord assigned to it. So you see, if you consider any of the zodiac sign, you will see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 parts, and each part has got one word associated with it, which is nothing but the ruling planet. So now you have understood the chart. So let's move on to the next step. So face towards south and assume you're holding this chart in your hand. On the left, you will see east direction, and on the right hand side, you will have west direction. You also need to recognize that the planets are orbiting, and so are the zodiac sign. However, at any particular moment, if you take a snapshot, each planet will fall under one of the zodiac sign. In this particular chart, for example, Mars falls in Aries sign, whereas Saturn falls in Sagittarius sign. Similarly, you can see all other planets, they fall under one of the zodiac sign. So this is what is represented in the Kundali or the Vedic chart, which I will be covering in the next slide. Before I move on to the Kundali chart, I want to briefly talk about the concept of Lagna or the ascendant. So in every Kundali, in every chart, Lagna or the ascendant is the most important thing of a chart. It is like the soul of the chart. So you need to understand what is Lagna or the ascendant. So in this chart, Lagna, you can see here, it's written here Lagna. So what is this Lagna? So this is like in the east horizon, the zodiac sign rising at the time of your birth becomes your Lagna. So it's basically a zodiac sign. So in this particular chart, it's going to be the Aries as the Lagna. In the last slide, I explained the concept of ascendant. Now, this is how, in simple terms, the same chart what I was showing in the previous slide can be represented. So you can see there are 1, 2, 12 different houses, which is like 360 degree, as we discussed in the previous slide. Now there is a concept of house and the zodiac sign. What you see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. These are the 12 houses. They are fixed. They don't change. The houses don't change. This is very important to understand. However, the zodiac sign in each of these house could be different depending on your time and your place of birth. So for example, in the previous chart, the ascendant, as we discussed, it was Aries, and Aries will fall in this house. So you can say Aries over here. Maybe 2 hours down, if somebody was born, then here the sign, the zodiac sign will be Taurus. So this is how it changes. So if this is Taurus, the subsequent houses will have subsequent zodiac sign. So if this is Taurus, then this will be Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, and so on and so forth. So hope you understand the concept of house and zodiac signs. Sometimes people confuse between house number and the zodiac sign number. Now, the best thing to remember is whenever whatever whenever you have a chart and you see any number in these houses, remember those are zodiac sign. They are not house number. In no charts you will see house number really mentioned. This is just to explain you. I have written down the house number, but you have to remember that the how in any chart the numbers you see in the boxes, they are always the zodiac sign. So friends, this is end of part 1 of Vedic astrology lesson. I'll be covering remaining concept in part 2 of introduction video. Thank you for your time.